Welcome, gentlemen, to the Curse of Strahd. Last time on the Curse of Strahd, the party has re-encountered Majesto, Lady Vactor's fallen imp. Majesto attempted to curry a favor with the party to no avail. The party decided to, for now, just at least because they can't be asked to stop him, let him stay at the base. Afterwards, following some clues, and the party has gained over the little stay here, especially in regards to the identity of Father and what he's been up to. The party has come to the Velaki Poorhouse, a large warehouse that's been converted into a sort of staying place for the city's destitute. Well, upon approach, you guys were hearing prayer, sort of communal prayer, and not in the common language as usually favored by followers of Lathander, aka the Morning Lord. There's certainly quite a lot of people in there, from the sounds of it. There's not that many guards or anything like that, except for one chewing tobacco pipe and leaning on the wall. Fisk decided to use his very good skill set to infiltrate the back of the boarded up warehouse, whereupon he ran into Nick, which greeted him with a smile, with a lovely smile. Going by what Fisk has recently done, go with this. Fisk looks around and immediately attempts to kick out the windows. Windows are boarded up, so we will have to break them. So he's going to. Use a strike 29 seconds. He's going to unleash a flurry. Pow, pow, pow. Smashing the boards and teleporting outside. Making his way towards the party. Inside. Hag, he says when he approaches, whispering to Tomajan. The rest of you.
Which one?
Just when I was kind of walking to this guy.
Quick to roll. At the moment, Sentry is distracted. He didn't see Fisk. He did roll pretty well for his stealth, but he did hear the sound of the window breaking. You do hear the sound of people inside as well, in a general kind of confused tone. And as he moves to investigate, you intercept it. Looks to you as he takes his pipe out of his mouth.
Okay, hey, this, I just asked, so, how are things tonight? What I'm doing is I'm dropping in cant as I do, kind of like asking the question, is there work here?
Yeah, he looks to you from a little bit annoyed about about being distracted from his guard duties, but nods and says, "There is. Not for. Wouldn't think that someone like you, the kind of company you keep, would be interested in it. Not for goody two shoes like yourself."
Looking nice and goody two shoes is expensive, unfortunately. Just kind of smile at him.
It does, don't it? Don't think I didn't recognize you.
Little disguises, gray company. We're not the only people who keep eyes on things. If you're looking for work, you'll have to talk to the boss. And he'll have to make sure that you're the up and out.
I would hope so. I'd hate to work for somebody that didn't. How do I talk to him?
He looks behind him, totally not checking on his dishwasher. And gives a knock on the wall, on the door behind him. It's a little bit more quiet, and you see a hooded figure pokes its head from the window. Can't really get a good look, but you can see that the shape of the head under the hood is definitely non-standard. A couple of exchange whisper, 2 sentences or so. Right. Seems we're having a bit of a break-in. This is all going on in Thieves' Camp.
Yeah. I relate. Nah, trust me, you don't have to worry about it.
Now his eyes. Well, it's my job to worry. Wouldn't happen to have anything to do with that, do you?
Well, yeah, we're checking you out.
I see. Spits in my mouth. Well, kind of job that jobs that we have. Well, I suppose you'd be a lot for it.
Depends on the job.
It's dirty work. If you don't mind it. Gives a smile full of rotten teeth, and you can smell the stench of alcohol and a haze of something else that you can't quite make out coming off of it. So what? All of you together.
Yeah.
Follow me.
I head in and I just kind of raise my hand to kind of wave everybody in.
Hey,
Opens the door a bit, leading to an open part of the warehouse. As far as you can see, this part of the warehouse is used for storage for whatever it is. It's needed. Grab first.
Is this how dark vision is supposed to be?
Yes, it is.
it's just
Wow.
brown vision. Wow.
He'll light up a torch on himself. You can see lights underneath the second set of double doors.
I'm waiting on his lead as to where to go. Ah, there we go.
If the famous Grey Company wants to do business with us, who am I to say no? Inside, as he opens the door, you see large. There's quite a few people here. You count about 20 to 30 people, about 25, 26, standing in groups, chatting with each other. All of them look quite down on their luck. There's men, women, and even a few children here. And the one thing they all have in common is a look of suspicion. They look towards the body, passively. Old man nods to the body. You recognize him as the one that you've convinced to change his ways before. He's the one he's one of the only ones who don't look suspicious towards you, but he does look surprised to see you here.
All right. Wow, it's quite a crop you got here.
Well, we do what we can. The new burgomaster is mostly worried with impressing the werewolves, making sure that she has enough of a power base, and worrying about the factors rebelling. She doesn't have too much time to think about us little people.
Well, you got noticed anyway. I just smile at him.
Yeah, someone did take notice.
You're not being very subtle.
What do you mean?
If we picked up on it, somebody else will real soon, I'm sure.
I know what you rightly mean, friend. This is just a house for those of us down on our luck together. I'll give you a wink. And if there's some jobs that other people don't want to do, well, we gotta feed ourselves somehow. We'll knock on the door. A complicated knock. You guys can definitely feel like all these dozens of eyes on your backs.
I'll try and memorize that.
Give me an intelligence save check. Yeah, for you, please. Try not to say anything stupid, eh? Boss doesn't like stupid people.
Well, good. Upstairs?
As the door opens into a dark room, you can see everyone's eyes as the guards.
Map's reloading here. Sorry, I got lost.
I was wondering where you were going, Priscilla.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you were talking about people walking through. I'm like, nothing's changed in here. Ah, here we are. Thank you.
So I am in the stairs right here. That's the door.
The
Okay.
staircase. Yeah,
All right.
opens
So yeah, I'm
to
gonna.
the darkened room.
Looks like I see a vague outline of a table in the dark, so I'm just gonna kind of walk over to it.
In the room there is a table, carpets, some cabinet, a chest, what seems to be a writing table, and a bookshelf as well. The room is very dusty, and one window is actually not boarded up anymore, but pretty broken. You can see Fisk. Fisk follows into the room. Priscilla, do you enter as well?
Yep.
I'll cast a light on my torch or my staff.
Priscilla enters the room. The door closes behind her. It is very quiet inside. Arnhem, as you go to cast your spell, nothing happens. From somewhere in the room, here. Well, dearies. It seemed to have been a shadow in the corner of the room. Begins to stand up, straighter, larger, stretching itself out, till you make out the form of a night hag standing before you. She lifts up a finger, and a small, dim bead of purple light emerges. The great company, and my company. How exquisite. I was hoping to talk to you, Mr. Fisk, but you jumped out so quickly. Please, have a seat.
slide up and sit down. I'm like, good evening, ma'am. I am Darmington Freeman. This is Varus and Basilla, Honorim, and Fisk is in there. Yeah, so, and Fisk, of course.
Ooh, why? Such good manners. Very different from your behavior at the windmill.
Yeah, there are certain lines. You should have known that.
Of course. I suppose that to outsiders such as yourselves are attempts at improving lives here at home are barbaric. Poor children. Oh well.
Yeah. So,
I've left my sisters and mother behind. I'm not going to give you my identity quite yet. But suffice it to say that we've met before and I've fallen into your hands before. Not something I look forward to happening again. I am here because I wanted to have a bit of freedom. After all, what child doesn't eventually need to spread their wings?
so, whatever team you're playing for, I presume, is not the same team they're playing for.
Let's just say that having to share with my mother and two sisters isn't something I wish to continue doing. By the way, they are quite angry with you all.
Oh, I'm sure. But how is Loretta doing? Have you heard?
Very well, as far as I know. I suppose that she's no longer going to be something for you to worry about.
As long as she was treated well.
Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, very, very well. She's taking to her studies. Quite lovely. Once a bit of attitude has been worked out, her day of ritual is approaching fast. In a few months or so, she'll be ready.
I look forward to seeing her again.
I'm sure she will as well. Right, well, I'm a busy boy, so down to brass tacks. Why did you come here?
I need work. I have bills.
Bills, she says dryly.
I said, the respectable people have to maintain appearances. You know this.
I would like to warn you that you are standing in my sanctum. This whole warehouse is my sanctum. I've mostly prepared it in case Mother comes to reclaim me, but it does make for a very good lair against any opponent.
Good, then you're shrewd. I like that.
Thank you. I can tell you're lying to me as well. I can smell it in your breath. Like
Well, that's because you should
haze of
never
alcohol.
trust me. And I smile.
Oh, don't worry. I never trust anyone.
Good.
Now, tell me why you're here before I'll have my people throw you out.
So, what's the deal here? what machine are you feeding right here with these people?
Nothing.
I mean,
Nothing. I don't even touch the little children.
they go somewhere.
Well, I found myself alone, and for someone like me, it never does to be alone. I'm making new allies, new friends. a new family. Let's say that. And you can rest assured, I'm not entertaining any city-wide domination desires. All I want is just to have my little family take care of the poor.
Okay. What do you get out of it? I'm sure there's a...
My. What a forward man you are. Why, what I get out of it is the satisfaction of helping those poor unfortunate souls that are in pain and in need.
I do have a question then.
You seem to be just full of them.
Oh, many of them. How much would it cost? It doesn't necessarily have to be money, but what is the price for you to find fulfillment elsewhere?
What a strange question. You'll foist me off on someone else. How typical. Well, you see, Valaki suits my needs, in particular. Protection. Suffusing the air does serve my allies' purposes. Let's just say that.
All right.
There are forces, aside from my mother, that I'd like to keep unaware of my efforts.
So people knowing where you are is expensive and risky.
In a way, yes. I suspect they have their suspicions. But I've made myself very well protected here.
Well, I have no doubt about that. See, now I have to go and decide if I'm going to try and stop you by force or by some other means.
I surely do not recommend it. I have not spilt a single drop of blood since I've arrived here. Well, a single drop of human blood, I should say.
You still turn little children into cupcakes.
Me? No, that's my mother and sister's business that they're up to. Far too dusty. There's other ways of acquiring power, of feeding off innocence. Not as potent, I'll admit. But that's not the end goal here.
Question. Is this not one of the hags that was at... Is this the missing hag?
She's implying that she's one of the hags that you fought at the windmill, yes.
Do we recognize her? Was the one we killed or got away?
She did mention that she felt your blades before, but yeah, I'd say that you would recognize her as the one who got away, I think.
I said, luckily we have to deal with your sisters. That may take precedence for the moment. Which may change everything anyway and might have us... might give me the ability to deal with you on a more fair basis. Something that would be good for you. You would enjoy it. For now, look at her go. Nothing until we talk again.
All I wish is to be left alone to my business. I really don't see why you must come and decide that I need dealing with.
It's my mother and sister that are plotting your eventual downfall. As far as I'm concerned, you lot can just go ahead and murder each other. I'm perfectly satisfied with my little family I'm making here.
All right. We have other things to deal with anyway. And I go ahead and get up.
Much
I
more
go,
important than me, I'm sure.
I give her a bow, and I go, you have a pleasant evening.
And to you as well. I'll be forwarding the cost of repairing my window to your base.
No worries. And I just get up and start to leave.
Doodles. By the time you guys leave, you guys can see that conversation has been rejoined. People are watching, but it stopped. But as soon as you guys step out, people watch very, very intently and suspiciously as you guys make your way out.
So they look more suspicious than scared.
Yeah.
All right.
Once you exit, the guard nods as he closes the double doors behind you.
Just before we go through the double doors, I'm going to try and investigate again.
And where you are at the moment,
Yes.
it walks.
I'm like, be careful. Your boss is dangerous.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
I just laugh. Go outside. I'm like, all right, let's go home. I think we're done for the night.
See ya. As the party heads back to the great company base, is there anything? Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's pretty Jerry. You can feel eyes on your backs as you pass through the poor district.
What time is it actually?
I believe it was fairly late in the day. Let me double check. It's about, by the time you guys get back to base, it's like 11:30ish.
At night? All right.
Yo, Fisk.
What do you do, everybody?
Hello.
What's up?
That was
As we're going,
unexpected.
yeah. Like actually, kind of like as we're going, I kind of like raise my voice, almost like I'm talking to somebody that isn't there. And I'm like, "So, did you catch all that?" Kind of looking around, see if I see a little impy fella.
As you do so, Majesta materializes. Very, very interesting.
I said, "That's kind of valuable for you guys, isn't it? Knowing all that."
Well, she's quite a night hag. Is quite a powerful fiend. And this one, I don't know how I wasn't able to. I didn't know about her. Even the lady didn't know. As far as I know, Lady Vactor kept a lot of secrets.
Well, see, they're playing some game, and all those poor people are going someplace and becoming a horde of undead.
Wow,
So somebody's playing a big game here.
that's smart. She can use the souls and just give the bodies to whoever she wants. Oh, I wish I could have thought of that.
Consider that knowledge a freebie, in good faith. And I smile
Good
at him.
faith, of course, of course. Good faith is what business is built on, after all.
And with that, I just keep going back to headquarters.
Right, go ahead. Guys, is there anything anybody would like to do before we close off with the party having a long rest?
Not really.
I think I'm good.
Alright. With that, the party adjourns to their rooms.
Fisk will spend some time in the workshop.
You bid your various guards and such good night. And let me see. Hopefully, once Foundry and stuff rolls around, I'll be able to have you guys just place yourselves in your rooms without having to pass through a bunch of invisible walls.
Yeah.
And let me see.
Can't wait for the Christmas special where it's Santa Paws and Fisk burgling to people's houses.
Just breaking through windows.
Yeah. Oh man, my room's right by the kitchen. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah. You see like Anya actually she's not there anymore, but those of you in the upper floors can hear gentle snoring from her room.
Yeah.
I'll have Nico just keep an eye out on the place.
Nico scares me.
Nico gives a small salute. With that, as the party begins their long rest, I'm going to take a 5-minute break.
All right. Cool.
The night passes without incident. Wake up to the smell of delicious breakfast being cooked in the kitchen. Anya is already awake, it seems, and making food for everyone.
I wandered down and I told her just to make an extra place at the table for a guest.
What's that, Chris? I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, I told her to set an extra place setting at the table for a guest.
Oh, alright.
That's all.
She'll do so. Oh, good morning, Mr. Talmadgen, and she'll send you a request. It seems the guards have already had their breakfast. And as you guys kind of take on, your morning routines and all that, what would you like to do?
I'm just, I was gonna say I'm just chit-chatting with the guards. Sorry.
Morning, Nico. Anything to report?
No.
Have a good sleep.
That was beautiful.
Alrighty, yes. It is so much better sleeping in a real bed than in a tent while traveling. And you find your backs are very thankful for that as well. As you guys eat your breakfast, calmly, you can really feel the change you have brought in your life and over Valaki. When you first arrived here, this wouldn't even have been thinkable. But now you are dining comfortably and safely.
Where's everybody?
They are in the dining.
There. Oh, I was moving it. Sorry, I was moving
Yeah,
it.
no worries.
I kind of do that raised voice thing again. I'm like, I wouldn't be visible, but you have breakfast here.
I don't see any souls around, but I can breakfast on, but thank you. I'll deal with this rat I caught earlier. Not much
Check
rat
yourself.
souls, but it's better than nothing.
Anyway,
Unless you wish to give me a nibble on yours.
nah, it's okay. That didn't work out for the last guy that tried.
I sigh in annoyance and can kind of feel him going away.
You've made it your mission to piss off literally everyone here, huh?
If I'm going to die, they're going to know my name.
Fair.
So, what do you think? What do we do with this mess? If things go well, I don't think she's going to want to piss us off, even in her little hidey hole. Should we go to Madame Mafalda's before we do anything else?
Madame Mafalda's.
Sure.
Visil kind of looks confused at the mention. What's
Magic
that?
user. Shop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been in town too often, so yeah, I'll lead the way.
It's across the street from the Silver Cloak. You got to get tailored anyway.
Buddy finishes their breakfast and leaves towards Madame Mafalda's Museum of Mysteries. Today is fairly pleasant, although you can see that the mist is extremely thick in the skies and around the city. Occasionally, something moves the mist around in the sky above. I'll say those of you with the high perception can tell, but you're not quite certain what. Maybe for
Lovely.
20 minutes or so.
You just keep watching it while we ride. Are other people noticing it, or just us?
Just you, it seems. In fact, I would say specifically those of you with passive perception of 16 and above.
I'm gonna check mine. It's gonna be like 15 or something.
Mine's 15.
Let's see. 14. My bad.
I just kind of quietly, I'm like, take a look at the mists. I kind of nonchalantly pointed out.
What area are we talking?
In disguise.
Mm-hmm. Like how big of an area in the skies?
Oh, like streaks. About 60 meters in length, 70 to 80 in width. Just and then disappears, but like really high up.
Well, I've got to say, these bones of St. Adrel don't seem to be working very well. Strahd roaming the place, eggs taking up residence, whatever the frick this is going on up here?
Well, those are a ward, right? So, I guess it's not just, the area around, but it also depends on, how high it goes. For all we know, the ward maybe was made for, 100-something feet.
I don't know. But let's pay attention to it as we go.
You guys arrive at the shop. You are greeted by Madame Mafalda, intently studying her orrery. She nods to you as you enter. Well, welcome back. It's been a little while.
How have you been doing?
Can't complain. She sighs, studying, going back to looking at it with an intense expression.
Looking at it with her, going, anything new?
Yes, and rather concerning at that. She'll point to the small grey orb that, in the past, you were told symbolizes Barovia. See here. She taps a large blue orb in the center, where you can see, almost like zits or cancer, tiny white dots. You count about 10 or 12 in total, Ptarmigan, all over the blue sphere. I don't like the rate that these are appearing. Barovia is spreading like a cancer amongst the other planes. I'm not quite sure what it means for more and more enterways to be appearing, but it doesn't bode well.
I have a weird question. I look at her and go, where is it? Do you know where fiends come from?
Well, that depends. They either come from, let me see, they come from the Hells, I believe, where they have their awful blood war.
And is that place on this little device?
Yes, right here. She'll point to what seems almost like an upside-down cake looking thing on towards the bottom of the device. Even there, you can see teeny tiny white dots here and there. You get about 3 or so.
I say it looks less than everybody else.
I'd say that it mostly affects the material planes and my dishwasher establishment. I hear this. My magical device needs tinkering with. One moment.
I also heard they have the sending stones have tones now. It's weird.
The what?
I heard sending stones have tones now. So weird. I love making modern day or practical applications of magic. And it's also why I still, out of character obviously, why I still consider the prestidigitation and minor illusion cantrips to be the best ones in the game. Because God, if I was in a modern setting, A, cleaning and shit would be easier. B, you could really fuck with someone.
Yes, you could.
Oh my God, Danny, imagine like soundboard type shit.
I was using a soundboard, but the voice changer mic, but everybody was telling me that it was didn't sound good. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. So as I said, demons come from the abyss, devils come from the nine hells, and where they meet, they have their awful blood war. It's why they vie for the souls. More souls means more power, more demons, more devils, and more soldiers to throw into their endless bloodshed.
I point to the Barovia and all that, and I go, by the way, does this have a name besides Barovia?
Yes, this is what we call Barovia. Is technically part of the Shadowfell. However, Barovia is a demiplane. It has detached itself in a way from the from the Shadowfell. It is at once part of it and independent. And as far as I know, the only demiplane to do so. There are other domains of dread, just like Barovia, in the Shadowfell. However, none of them does so. None of them is as untethered and as infectious as Barovia. Certainly something that I'm sure does not bode well. I do wonder how much the Lord of the Land has to do with it.
Everything.
I suppose.
I know it's asking a lot, but if you were to guess a time, how long before it all becomes too infected?
She taps her lip. You must understand that time, as we understand it, does not pass the same way in Barovia and elsewhere. In fact, wherever it is you came from, it could be that an hour has passed, 2 weeks, or even a century.
I only need to know how long it will feel in Barovia, because that's where I'm at. And I smile at her.
Well, of course, in Barovia. I don't know what it is that has kickstarted this development, this Carcinization. But it did not happen. It was not the case a couple of years ago. It only started about sometime last year, I believe. I would say perhaps 90 to 100 years until it all becomes white. At least in the material plane.
So the longer we go, the more stuff we're going to start seeing from other planes is going to start falling into Barovia.
Well, not necessarily. Barovia itself is only so large. But the mists are technically endless. What I believe is happening is simply that each of these are entry points, but each entry point is also an entropy point. Barovia is quite literally eating bits and pieces of other planes. It's not that Barovia itself will grow larger, it's that everywhere else will grow smaller.
Oh, that's not good at all. Jeez.
In fact, a new theory that I've developed. Perhaps a lot more people fall into the mists than we realize and simply end up lost forever. Perhaps you are some of the lucky few who did make it through the mists and onto the other side, Barovia.
Way too big for my head. Wow, that's scary, but I would doubt that.
I didn't mean to frighten you, my dear. Is there anything that I could help you all with?
Hmm. Let me
Well,
think
out
on it.
with
I'm
it.
sure somebody else will want something. I'm going to think on it for a while. And I'm going to go browse.
As always, he has various potions, scrolls, magical foci, as well as ingredients for sale. Books in magical theory and like.
So, Priscilla kind of like tries to think for a moment. So you're trying to articulate her words. So, when time passing differently and all of that between here and the material, how long do you say on average? Like, if a day goes by here, how long would it be in the in back at home base?
Well, that would depend which material plane you arrived from.
You see her blink. Which?
You didn't think this is the only material plane in existence, did you, my dear? After all, if there are multiple planes, why could there not be multiple sets of planes? You see, my Ori is a mere reflection of a million other Oris. Just like it. Except she'll tap a complicated series of sigils, and you see the Ori kind of buzzes in place in a way that you can't really understand, but you can see that all the planes are kind of like in a different location now. For example, this is the material plane I came from. You can see that it is almost entirely white. I'm sorry, I'm being contacted from another plane. One moment. Father was just explaining the eccentricities of Barovia and some of what she's been observing on a planar scale. Right, was there anything she also turns and asks if there's anything you guys would like. I'm hoping that you guys have something you guys may have decided on.
Ptarmigan looks over at Honorum. I'm like, what you need, boss?
What does she have in the protection magic items? Anything?
Detective magic items?
They don't make a nice cloak or ring or...
Right, browsing things. She does seem to have a you spy what seems to be a nondescript brown cloak that seems to have only been recently added. Touching the little note on the display, names it as Cloak of the Vagabond. Apparently what this cloak is able to do is, while you are outdoors, the cloak can cause you to allow you to fly while it is, how you say?
Equipped?
Yeah, while it is equipped. You can fly with the cloak while it is equipped, while you are in darkness.
Outside. Outside of darkness.
Outside of darkness.
At will.
That will, yes, I think. I don't have the notes. Right there. Looking back is acting again.
Oh, that's tantalizing. Also, really risky. Who cares about that?
Cost?
1,200 gold.
How about Scroll of Telekinesis?
Telekinesis? I don't think that's a 3rd level spell, is it?
Size she has.
Yeah, she has from levels 1 to 3. So someone's tapping away.
I can't think of anything.
I need a couple things.
Yes, what is it?
Do you have any silver powder?
Chris, I think I can hear the tapping on your end.
Oh, I'm walking. It'll stop now.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Silver powder. Yes, but I'm afraid it is rather limited. If you wish to purchase some, I'm afraid the price is at a premium.
How much is it?
It would be 50 gold per pound. And I really only have the 5.
I don't need that much. I don't think.
How much would you like?
I have no idea. I'll take a pound.
Alright. She'll wish you over a small baggie of silver powder and take your money.
Okay. And then I also
Spill.
need some.
Fisk will take a pound too.
That was you said that was 50 gold. Is that how much?
50, 50, yeah.
And then I also need some. Baby powder.
She blinks.
Some people call it talc.
Talc.
Or that.
Ah, right. That, yes. You see, I do use it to keep my hands nice and
Even though
dry.
it's different.
That will be just 2 gold for
All right.
5 pounds.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome, dear.
Do you have any oils or enchantments, or not enchantments, just oils or things I could apply to weapons?
Oils. Nothing that you can apply to a weapon. I am no poisoner, but I do have here, she'll move towards the potion, something I've recently acquired. I do have an oil of... Not oil, God, I'm forgetting my common. A slathering paste of the Minotaur. Oh, that is at least how the person who sold it to me named it. Essentially, whatever weapon is slathered with this will knock the target in whatever direction. Up, down. It is a concentrated kinetic force, you could say.
How much?
Well, I did get a little bit too much, but shall we say 30 gold per application? I have about 10 here, and if you buy the whole thing, I'm willing to part with it for 280.
I only got 50 gold. Yeah, I'll take one.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully one is enough. I'll buy more if I can. Holy cow, that's awesome.
All right.
I'll buy one for him. Or for her, sorry.
All right, that's another 30 gold.
Oh, thank you.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to If I were to leave a magical weapon with you, are you able to enhance its abilities with additional magic?
I can. It depends on what, and it is rather expensive because I have to put everything else aside. It's a rather intense and costly procedure, but yes, I can, depending on what it is.
All right, Varys is going to pull out this badass mace and kind of just hold it up and show it and twirl it around.
Which mace is this?
This is the heir of the sun.
She'll take it in her hand, turning it this way and that, and then just shaking her head. Unfortunately, this is not the kind of weapon that I'd be able to tamper with. It has the stink of divinity all over it. Not something I can deal with. Sorry, dear. If it was something else, an arcanely made weapon, I could see about what I could do, or a normal weapon that hasn't been enchanted yet, I could enchant it. But other than that, no, divine weapons and equipment are rather out of my proficiency.
That's fair enough. That's worth a shot.
But hearing that, kind of Tarja wanders over, takes his helmet. I go, this one's probably more arcane and more involved in thought. Anything you could think of that's creative that we could do with this? And I show her the helmet.
She'll turn it around in her hands, like this way and that. You see her tapping glasses, they're kind of glowing green for a moment. Well, now, this I could do something with. Very interesting enchantment on it. In fact, I might even be interested in buying it off you. Would you be willing to part with it for 380 gold?
Oh, no, it's far too useful, unfortunately.
Shame. Well, armor can... This one is fairly heavily enchanted, so I'm not sure quite how much I'll be able to add on, but I could see what I could do. What is it that you want?
Oh, what, kind of hoping you could tell me what it could do, because right now I can read thoughts rather well with it, and it protects me. I'm not sure what else we could do with it.
Well, traditionally, as a customer, you're the one who would tell me what you would want done. Although I suppose I could put enchant it with a protection from an energy of some kind, perhaps a protection from fire or cold. I'd say cold is rather useful, especially here in Barovia. It can get fairly chilly.
At that point, I take it and go, well, I do thank you. Let me think on it. But if I do, it'll be worth it. Smile at her.
Smiles back. Blushes a bit.
Let's go up to her. We need 2 platinum rings.
Well, let me see. I think someone sold me some just a little while ago. A young man. Terribly sad story. Ah! Oh? What the fuck? Sorry.
Think that
That bad, huh? The story is that bad, huh?
Holy shit! Oh, that was great.
Sorry, Best Buy basically told me,
Oh,
yeah, they can't process my order, which is, my apologies, guys. Right, she does not say that, but she does say it is a tragic story. Young man, part of an adventuring party, came to Barovia with his beloved and some of his friends. On the way here to Vallaki, all of them were slaughtered by one but him. Eventually he fell to alcohol and other mind-hazing materials, and these 2 rings are what was left. All that he had to pawn. Shameful. Here you are. Let me see. That would be how much did I pay for them now? Oh, any particular present? I could resize them if we need to. If you could tell me the size of the girl's hand.
Little girl.
Little girl.
Not a girl.
Oh. I suppose well, normally a platinum ring would, of at least this, would cost about 800. But I can't say that I paid much more than that, so I would be willing to part with it for about 100 gold pieces each.
Under 200.
180 because you're buying the both of them. Would you like me to get rid of the inscriptions?
Unless they are harmful.
Unless you find a dedication to Avery and Alana harmful, I don't think they are. Well, here you go, Mr. Fisk. Not sure why you'd want them, but enjoy.
I hand her the 200 gold.
She doesn't correct you, and see it, the gold. She does a little circle, and the gold disappears. I put a couple of more things that she has in the questionnaire that might.
As I go to turn, I turn back around. She should know. Spirit of beasts is gone. And I hold up my arm.
Oh, that is quite fascinating. She'll kind of peer over her glasses. I've never seen anything like it. She breathes under her. In a way, you have become a sentient weapon yourself. Tell me, are you able to change back?
I just kind of tilt my head.
She'll hold onto your arm and say, imagine in your hand the spear, or a spear. Imagine it transforming and moving through you.
Look down at my arm.
First, girl, roll me a d20 plus a wisdom. Wisdom check. All right, Fisk. Roll me an intelligence saving throw as you feel your arm like kind of the skin and muscle beneath bubble painfully, and spikes like kind of erupt out of your arm. Madame Mafalda steps back as you accidentally stab yourself a bit with the spikes. Roll me another wisdom saving throw, Fisk, to force your arm to go back the way it was. Alright, Fisk, as you concentrate, spikes begin to recede. a seed, and in your hand begins to materialize a shadowy replica of a spear. It's like a black hole, but it does resemble the spear of beasts.
Concentrate again. Make a change back.
It disappears, returning into your arm.
We did not know. Thank you.
Assumed. A sentient weapon, merging with a sentient user. One's control over one's body should always be absolute. Play around with it. See what you can do. Who knows? Perhaps you have more abilities now than before. She'll return to behind her counter. Alright. Is there anything else the party would like to do or ask or buy at the shop while you guys are here?
I'm good.
I'm just walking out, looking at my arm.
Yeah. After that shit, this Minotaur cell doesn't feel as cool.
Darwin walks over and gently grabs Vasilla. It's like, oh no. You're next.
We're not
I take her
doing this now.
outside.
Hold up, what?
And I kind of drag her across the street to the Silver Cloak.
I'm wearing a suit, okay? I'm gonna wear a suit.
Before we leave, I go to honor him. Do they have everything they need?
Not really, but I guess we'll just have to find it.
She did not have it.
No. She's weaker than
We
us.
will. We will find it.
No doubt.
And I hand him the rest of my gold, which is 30 gold.
I'm going to hold on to this for you.
Thanks.
If you need it, come see me.
That's it.
The party leaves the Museum of Mysteries and departs towards the Silver Cloak. In the Silver Cloak, as Vasilla submits herself to measuring and various cloths and
Does she?
Do you, Vasilla?
Is begrudgingly, to say the least.
Begrudgingly does so. Let me see. This is basically a nobleman's outfit. I would say it would run you about 15 gold.
Right. I just Tarmagen pays for it.
Right. And you, as you exit, the time now is about 11 a.m. What would the party like to do?
Take the Blue Water serving lunch.
You said 10 and wrote 11.
Brunch.
Slow typer.
I just got that.
Hold on.
In the streets, a in the streets around you, people go about their business, occasionally throwing the company a tip of the hat or a nod and a smile. You can hear children laughing as they chase each other throughout the building. Merchants purveying their wares.
Hold on, while we're right here, before we get too far away, this is getting close to where the sewer entrance is, isn't it?
That is right, yeah.
I'm not stopping to go in, but I hold everybody up, explain to Vasila, I'm like, this is how we get into the sewers, just in case you ever have to know. And I look and see if it looks like there's traffic, been signs of coming and going.
Why would I want to? Never mind.
From the sewers?
Yeah. Does it look like there's been anything?
As you approach you kind of go, behind those two buildings where you can see the sewer grate. You can see there's a lot of fungal growth around it, like moss and mushrooms kind of growing out and through the grate. But it doesn't seem that there's been too much traffic out of it or into it.
Like, remember Mushroom Man? Looks like he's... Go ahead.
Have you got an inkling to go see your mummy?
Just wanted to check on it.
Guys, Zero
Fisk smells him. Fisk goes up and just very at a slight distance, cautiously smells the mushrooms. Do they smell familiar?
Familiar how? Like,
do they smell like the mushroom man that we saw?
Yes.
In the sewer?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
What was that, Daniel?
The party hears a small muttered, "What the hell?" In an impish voice as you say, like, fancy visiting our mommy.
Oh.
Look at Tarm and say, seems it's becoming more active.
Spreading. I just wanted to keep an eye on it.
Same creature.
The mushrooms?
No, there's a big mushroom guy. He likes tearing apart rat people.
Have you
That's
met
a whole
Mushroom
thing of
Man?
itself. Yes. The
You
mushroom
see her
man.
looking into the
Mushroom
sewer?
Man.
The mushroom man.
Have you met the Mushroom Man?
I want to meet the mushroom man. That's a no, by the way. Jeez.
No, with that, yeah, then we're just going to kind of leave.
On that note.
On that note, you note, and you head towards the Blue Water Inn, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. On the outside of the Blue Water Inn, kind of like where people sometimes like park their caravans and horses, you note a familiar-looking. Actually, no. You note a familiar-looking caravan. That of Esmeralda d'Avenir.
Aha. Well, casual look around. Do I see her or anybody suspicious outside?
You don't see her outside. It seems that today is, the Blue Water Inn is currently in the wash of serving like late breakfast and stuff. You can see the two Mardikov children playing with other children at the moment on top of the nearby hill.
Mm-hmm. Ptarmigan, as he used to, only now as a raven, sends Parvis up to roost over the porch with the other ravens now. And heads into the Blue Water.
Alright, let me move you guys in there. It's been a while since I had this map.
Oh, am I gonna have to sign this outfit now too? Oh,
Yes,
I have to draw this.
actually,
Oh,
you are contractually obligated.
yeah, I know.
All right. As the party arrives at inside the inn where you haven't been in a little bit, you can see Danica at the counter, and her face lights up when she sees the party. Well, look who it is! Look who decided to return! I was beginning to worry you were a bit too important for my cooking now.
I kind of run in and I'm like, oh no, we just had to finally have our own cooking. First time.
So I've heard you've hired Anya. Good girl. She's a little bit... She needed a second chance. So thank you for that.
She seems fine. So how has Valaki been? Any word from Wizard of Wines? How are they doing out there?
Doing well. Much of the family is starting to come back.
Good.
And production is picking up. But we're due to receive another shipment next week, and it's all thanks to you. She gives you a very warm smile.
And how is Valaki? And I'm kind of looking around with my back to her now and just kind of looking at everybody in the room.
People are eating, drinking, talking. There's even it seems to be... I was about to say a young couple, then I realized this was a white-haired woman, not a white-haired man. You know what? No, there's a young couple over here. There we go. Seemingly having seems to be a first date, but the looks of it. A eye-patched man with wolf hairs all over him and a very massive, practically bristling with crossbows and axes, coated in silver here and there, drinks silently to himself. Esmeralda, for her part, is eating, and you know, like, she kind of glances when you guys enter, but doesn't, you know, pay any more attention to you than that.
Well, I kind of just sit and I go, by the way, Vis, could you come here for a moment, please?
You're over.
And playing like nothing's going on and like I don't even know Esmeralda since she's playing this game. I go, hey, Fisk, can you show her who we're looking for? I love that trick you do. And I'm kind of keeping my eye on what her reaction will be. And I go, Danica, have you seen this fellow again? I think he's been in here at least once.
For an image of the father, a bust,
Oh, yes, I've
slowly rotating.
seen him before, yes. He's that father fellow.
Recently?
Oh my, perhaps within the last week? But he just popped in to give a small sermon saying that if anyone needs money or help, they are welcome to go to the Poe House.
I just kind of tap Esmeralda, you know, like, you know, just, hey, you seen this guy around? And I point. And I watch her reaction very closely.
This guy's watching too.
Listen, I don't want any trouble, okay? I don't know who you are. I don't know this guy. Never seen him in my life. She seems pretty sincere.
Can you ping Esmeralda?
Yeah, she's right there next to Ptarmigan.
Oh, I see her. I see her. This is gonna go over and give her a sniff. Does it smell like Esmeralda?
Hey! It does.
And I go, I look back at Danica and I'm like,
Danica looks concernedly. Is everything all right?
I go, This is Esmeralda here. And I don't think she even knows who we are.
No, I don't.
Insight check on that.
Insight reveals that no, she doesn't. You can see genuine, like, what the fuck? Who are you people on her face?
I'm gonna try.
As far as I know, she never mentioned you, and she's only been here a couple of days.
There you go. So, Esmeralda, how was the trip?
What are you talking about?
Did you find who you were looking for?
I've never seen you in my life, and I don't know if I'm comfortable talking to you. Listen, if this is some kind of attempt to hit on me, I'm sorry, but I'm not really looking for something like that right now.
Well, I just figured you would have mentioned if you found Von Richten.
Who?
Interesting.
Is here, so just like, uh-oh.
Listen, you're having me confused to someone else. Yes, my name is Esmeralda, but I'm just a simple merchant.
Is the leg healing?
See something weird on her face. My leg. What's wrong with my leg?
No. It's pretty badly injured. I remember that limp.
Looks down at her wooden leg. Yeah, like you didn't like her. One of her legs, as she pulls it up, like it is made of wood. Oh, is this some kind of a joke? I've lost my leg a long time ago to a bear trap when I was little.
Just a merchant. Interesting. Clearly, you're not who I thought I was. You were.
No. Yeah, sorry.
I'll whisper and point at Armigen. Reader.
Probably. But, I just kind of, I don't want to just put the helmet on and stare at her. So I just kind of, I'm like, Danica, could we have a round of wine while we wait for, switch over to lunch? And I head back to the table.
Sure. We'll just, this one will be free on the house.
Oh, no need, but okay.
All right, if you insist, that'll be 5 gold.
I'll pay for food.
You know that even 5 gold is very cheap for like a round of wine. Well, actually, Esmeralda kind of follows you guys to your table. Well, you all look like you do dangerous things. I'm a weapons merchant. I have all kind of weapons in my caravan. If you're interested, crossbows, sharp pieces of wood, daggers, arrows. Even have a few very fancy swords if you're interested, and all kinds of other stuff that I don't really know about.
Yeah, that's all right. By the way, you might want to cover the keyword to make your carriage work.
What?
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we'll
that
we'll
is
get back
something
with
you guys
you.
noticed, is that there was an actual horse tied to the carriage.
There was a horse tied to the carriage.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. Yeah, we might later. Let us enjoy our lunch, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you say, like, yeah, she's like, seems just as weirded out as you guys are, and she'll return to her lunch, muttering something about weird men. In the meantime, Danica gets the table the round of wine.
All right.
Okay, anyone else officially weirded out right now?
Yeah. I kind of act like I'm adjusting the helmet strap, making it correct and stuff. And while I'm fiddling with it, at one point when I've got it on, I do a detect thoughts on Esmeralda.
Detect Thoughts on Esmeralda reveals that she's confused and a little bit worried. She's not sure what's going on with why you were talking to her like that. She's a little bit scared, but she's trying to not let it show.
All right, let's leave that. I don't push any deeper. And I'm like, just kind of, I go, she doesn't know who we are.
She just casually says under the table as he's looking at his spear arm. No. She doesn't know. Irina. Esmeralda.
And we don't even know who else.
I'm going to try and concentrate again. Turn it back into a spear.
As you concentrate, this time it takes a lot less mental effort, and your arm kind of shrinks down as this black spear materializes.
I'm going to return it back to my arm.
A couple of people pick up their food and leave, very clearly disturbed by this display of magic.
Raw
I'm under the table, so I don't know how much.
Oh, under the table. Never mind then.
I'm under the table. Yeah.
Yeah, no. This guy has eye patches.
I'm not doing it like out of.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
guy's eye
I'm
patches,
just gonna
like,
stand in
can't
the
see
middle of this tavern and do it. Yeah.
Hey, man. I don't know. Sometimes people forget.
Nope.
I excuse myself and head outside. I gotta go to the little wizard's room. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Inside, and I target the horse and carriage outside.
The horse looks at you horsically. Carriage fizzles with a pop. And you can hear a click and the door. Seems that you've unlocked the door to the carriage. Caravan.
Mystery solved. Kind of.
Wagon. Yeah, but the horse is still there. The horse just, looks at you in a horse way.
Looks like her carriage from before, just with a horse.
It does, yes. Just with an actual horse. You have pretty high past perception. You can tell that this horse is pretty old and not, very healthy looking. Must have been pretty cheap.
Is it? The character would know that. Does it look like a horse that's meant to be pulling things? Does this horse look like it's been pulling this wagon for an extended period of time?
It seems like an old draft horse that it doesn't seem like it was. It looks very different from the horse that materialized. The horse that materialized looked a lot larger, healthier, and in general, stronger. This and its coat was a lot, smoother. This horse's coat is dappled. It's very clearly a different horse, a real horse. The horse loses interest and returns to the grass. Braven kind of goes from the tree.
Just a mild.
What happened when I get back to the table?
Something else is
This is very strange.
Jeez. Well, I'm just dreading the fact we have to find more worms and people. Because, the children were one thing, but
What game are they playing with this? I don't know.
I tell you, I'm
Um,
personally getting sick of it.
I
I
kind of
say
want
tomorrow
to.
one way or the other, we leave town.
Agreed. We got to push on something. Something to give. I kind of look over.
He definitely looks, perturbed by, this incident. You can see that she's no longer wearing, her. When you met her, like last time, she was, she had like a dagger, like throwing daggers and her rapier and crossbow, and she's not wearing any of that now.
Yeah, she looks like a weapons merchant, right? She looks like she's what she claims, kind of.
Well, she's still wearing like the same, like sort of similar clothing, basically the same clothing, but just without weaponry.
All right.
I'm gonna walk up to her, and and I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna say, "Hey, I actually do need some arrows. Where are they?"
Oh.
Your mic
They're
just
cutting
cut out.
I do have some in my caravan, sir. I gotta say, when your friends were approaching me, I was a little bit startled. It's been a tiring couple of weeks, honestly.
Yep. Vassil starts following and just flags her down. I'm looking for some more hammers, too.
Oh, I don't think I have any of those, but I do have regular hammers and very small pieces of wood.
You can take a look.
One
I'm not
point,
sure why my
as
supplier
she's-
gave me those.
apologies. As she starts walking out and her back's to me, I dispel magic on her.
All right. Let me
4.
let me look up something completely unrelated to what you're doing.
Yeah. So, anyways, so we have this selection here, and I'm gonna kill him.
Let me see it. Third level or lower the tilted it is. Level 4. Give me an ability check using your spellcasting modifier, please and thank you.
Honestly, I might just take. I might
I
just
think that's
take.
just an intelligence check, I think.
Yeah, it's just an intelligence check. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me see. I'm gonna take that first roll though. That's my usual roll. That is a 1 + 10. Unfortunately, honor him as you dispel magic, visual somatic. It fizzles.
Burn my inspiration. You'll let me.
Oh, all right. Is this a fate point or a regular inspiration?
Just a regular. It's just a regular inspiration.
All right. If I was an asshole, I'd say okay, that's the 12, but I'm not. So go ahead and roll again. Go ahead and roll
That would
again.
be funny though.
It would have been funny, but I would have felt bad, especially after all the help Kev gave me today. 19. Right. So, yeah, Vasilla. Yeah, like we're not quite sure if anything was dispelled, but as Esmeralda leads Vasilla and Varys to her carriage, she starts. She's saying, "Yeah, and your friend." I was a little bit confused with your friends. There it has been the hazy.
Hello?
She looks around at the carriage. Like you see her hands fly like to her sides, like for weapons that aren't there.
You good?
No. Where am I?
You're Velaki. You're with us. I'm assuming you're safe.
What the
Let's talk.
And I'm sorry,
Whose horse is that?
I unlocked your carriage.
Honor him.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. What's... Oh, my fucking head. Ah! Oh, God. Is that your... I bought that horse. Why did I... Oh. Everything is a jumble.
Would I have any idea what spell I actually dispelled?
Roll me an Arcana check.
I think I know what this is. Talking about it earlier.
As far as you can tell, this is the most powerful... In fact, this should be an impossible use of the Modify Memory spell. From what you know about Esmeralda's past, she has been Octavio's protege for quite some time. As far as you know about the Modify Memory spell, which, you learned a bit about when Victor tried to use it to bad effect, there's only so much amount of time that you can change in the creature's lifetime. It seems that someone quite powerful or quite adept with memory modification has quite literally changed Esmeralda's memory of a significant amount of her life, making her forget what she was and who she was and the people she knew. It's probably why she didn't, they even erased her understanding of, vampire hunting stuff like stakes and little hammers used for them. She didn't remember really. She didn't even remember that she has that spectral horse she can summon. At the moment she's clutching her head, and you can see a little bit of red coming from her nose. Oh.
Perhaps we should go back inside and sit down and have a drink.
Wait. Can I do a medicine check on her?
Yeah, you can.
Stand still, honey. Let me take a look.
She stumbles as she's kind of reaches a hand out to lie on something, and then accidentally kind of pets Fisk on the head, and almost stumbles.
While they're walking back in the bar, I'm gonna peek in that carriage and see if there's actually some arrows in there.
Oh yeah, there's 6 things of arrows on the wall, and there's crossbows, 3 crossbows as well as crossbow bolts.
Okay, I'm gonna grab 20 arrows.
Right, that's gonna go inside. Doesn't seem she notices. Some of these are silver, there's ones that are silver-headed, and those ones that are... You see, Varys, what's your passive perception?
15.
On a high shelf, kind of tucked back, you see something poking out. It seems to be a particularly thin arrow without a head. Made of black wood. It almost looks like a twig, but there's feathers on the back of it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it.
Alright, go ahead and add... Alright, Varys, you become chaotic evil. No, I'm kidding. Just add...
Chaotic asshole.
Yeah. Okay. Esmeralda sits down with still clutching her head with both her hands, and wipes her nose with the back of the sleeve, leaving a streak of red on it.
As they're sitting, I'm popping detect thoughts on that guy whose head popped up.
Yeah. Worms.
Who cares about this bitch? What about the worms? I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. Come on, you fucking outsider, say it. Talk about it again, come on.
All right, I just kind of defocus from him for a little bit. And I'm not going to hit Esmeralda again. I told her I wouldn't. So I look at her and I'm like, so what happened after you left us?
It's hard to make out. I had the ring of regeneration you gave me.
You were lucky.
To find Van Richten. And then... it's just...
I'm gonna buy a round of like hot tea or something and bring it over.
Sure.
Here.
A headache. Like I've never felt before.
Take your time. You don't need to rush this. It'll come.
Was crushing my mind. Great willpower.
You don't remember any worms or anything like that?
I remember a big wriggling mustache.
That sound familiar to Vasilla at all?
Sounds familiar to Ptarmigan. I kind of hold my hand out and I make a tiny little figurine of an Elithid. And I
It was that. It was just a flash, but...
And then I transform it into the image of one of those little worms. And I'm like, but not that.
No. What is that?
I see
we're trying to
Vasilla just
figure
kind
that
of
out.
go, damn it.
Like, well, that's a whole different thing. Apparently there's worms and we're trying to figure out what the hell they are. I don't hold my voice too soft when I say that. I want to make sure that it's loud enough to be overheard.
Yeah, you guys can definitely, like, pretty much anyone who doesn't have negative passive perception can practically see the guy, like, leaning over as nonchalantly as he can, like, to make out what you guys are saying.
Close my hand. I just look over at that guy. I have questions for you. And I point at him.
As you turn over, he looks away. What?
I go,
Sorry,
I'll get to you. And I just go back to Esmeralda. And I'm like, do you remember what happened since then?
God, it's like there's two lifetimes in here, but I can't tell which one's fake and which one's not. Am I married to any of you?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Unless you lost a bet.
Would you like to
I
be?
don't know. I'm finding a lot of things about these guys even still now, so I don't know.
I remember a husband, but I don't think Man McHuman is a real name.
And
I don't think that Elithid knew... That's what you called it? I don't think he knew much about human names.
Well,
And I don't think I would name my son Human McHuman Face either.
I look over at Fisk and I'm like,
actually is.
I go, that thing has been at Irina. I'm not happy now.
Right. So I came here and I looked for a shop. I just believed that I was a weapons merchant. And that I remembered I was looking for somebody, but every time I tried to think about it, my head started hurting. God, Van Richten. Is he here? Like she gets up from the table.
Uh,
The
well,
ring. Where's that? My things.
things are gone beyond that point anyway. He's here. He's alive. But he too is sporting a lack of a leg.
She starts laughing, but it's a bitter laugh. Can see some tears beginning to form in her eyes. Some of the patrons look over uncomfortably at as the woman just lets it out, just laughing and crying to herself, completely unashamedly. You can tell Esmeralda is not the type of person to be afraid of putting her feelings in public. That stupid fucking idiot. Do you know how much grief he gave me
Oh,
about
well,
this leg?
now's your chance. He's here, and he needs somebody to kick his ass.
Oh, I'm about to give him so much shit. Oh, and I'm using this leg too. She pats a wooden leg. Right, is he?
Who's
You always
not-
thought. I imagine he's not happy, eh?
He's not taking it well.
When I lost my leg, that's when he left me behind. Didn't want to put me in danger anymore. Well, I went and got this. To prove him wrong.
Well, a lot's happened. I actually describe how to get to where the church is of St. Andrew's, so that when she's ready, she can just go find him. I'm like, yeah, that way. I don't know if we're going back there, but this is where he's at.
Do you know where the Illithide? Oh god, that's a strange word.
Mind flayer, we call them.
Mind flare. Ugh, that's horrible. Do you know where it
Yep.
is?
They are horrific creatures.
It'll look even more horrific once I'm done with it. I'm gonna need my stuff back. Why would I take my ring?
Let's rewind here for a second. What do you remember last, at least in one of your double lives, quote unquote?
Well, we met at that old tower, and you guys gave me that ring of regeneration. I left to go to Valaki. There was a werewolf ambush. I managed to escape through. And then when I was getting closer to Valaki, while I was hunting for dinner, my head started hurting like crazy, and I went back to my caravan where I couldn't keep walking, and I felt something untouch my shoulder and slashed at it. All I remember is the face, big bulbous eyes, and in the darkness it looked like a wriggly mustache, but it looks, now that you make that image, yeah, those were probably tentacles. Ugh. And then it's strange, and then it was as if nothing happened, and I didn't remember it anymore. I just remembered I'm supposed to go to Valaki and
Do what?
just make my life there. I have a husband and a son, and they needed the money.
Can I do an intelligence? Can I do like a knowledge check on mind flayers and kind of like what is like for them feeding and shit?
Sure, go ahead. God, mind flares. Go ahead and make an Arcana check with advantage.
There it is.
3 mind flayers. Mind flayers are ones of the strangest and most dangerous creatures in existence. Usually, they don't really travel that much, at least not too far from their communes. They are usually led by an eldritch brain. Mind flayers do not reproduce; they recruit, as it were. They kidnap people using their extreme psionic powers, which they are very capable of dominating and reading thoughts and all kinds of psychic feats. And then they put a little mind flayer baby, a little tadpole, in your nose or in your mouth or in your ear, where it devours your brain and over a period of time becomes a new mind flayer. They tend to be directed and, in a ways, dominated by the mind flayer, the brain that leads their commune, although there have been cases of mind flayers striking out on their own for their own goals. They are a variety of types, and you've never really fought one directly, but you do know someone who survived an encounter with one. They had no hair, they simply had a piece of skull missing right here, where the mind flayer took a bite out of their head in order to get at their brain. It was with a very lucky swipe of a sword that he managed to behead the mind flayer, doing so. Unfortunately, he still lost a part of his brain and was blind for the rest of his life, as he was missing his occipital lobe, but he survived.
So she kind of like thinks for a second. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need to take another look at you again. Give me a second here. And now she's gonna start checking like the spots. Like she's just gonna grab her head, and just like
hey, ow!
Just stand still for a second, because can I roll this perception check with medicine with advantage now? Now that I know where I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
All right, because they remember that whole thing about you having a kid and all that. It might not be entirely wrong. It's not the kind of kid you want.
In the back of Esmeralda's head, hidden under layers of thick hair as you lift it around knowing what to look for, there seems to be some sort of hole right on where the skull connects to the spine. It's very small, about the size of a very small thing. It's about this size of a hole.
She kind of leans back. Yeah, we're gonna need to see Irene as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can see that it's like slightly, gelded over, but not completely.
Fuck.
What?
She kind of looks over to the guys like, yeah, we're going to need to see Irina.
Lovely. Let's see how she does. We'll check back in with you, Esmeralda. Do me a favor. As long as you're yourself, just send word to us once in a while that you're okay.
Who the hell else would I be?
Well,
Just
before
joking.
you were just some... Yes.
Wait, it was dispel magic. She's kind of like scratching her nose like, is it magical though? Like,
You would know that this is a sort of infection. You would need someone with medical knowledge or divine magic
yeah.
to dig it out. If there's anything to dig out.
What do you think, Vasilla? What's up?
So, you thought vampires turning people was bad enough, right?
Yeah.
Come here. She's gonna like
please,
grab the top
help
of her head and lean it forward again.
Please help yourself. Why don't you put your foot on my head while you're at it?
Oh, I am so sorry. But I take a quick look.
She kind of holds the hair back and points like, it's dispelled, but...
And I'm like, okay, you can let her go now.
Okay.
I look at Esmeralda. I'm like,
She gives her a little pat on the head as she like puts her back up.
Esmeralda, can I see your hand, please?
All right, there you go.
And I take her hand, and I use like cure disease on it, to.
Right. You guys hear all the ravens outside go quaw, quaw, like start like kind of making noise like Danica. Like, and then coughs in embarrassment. As this grayish light, kind of coalesces around Tomogen's hand. Esmeralda goes, "What are you? What are you?" And then, ah! Oh, ow, ow, ow! Like, and you see like where she's holding, like. Something small and slimy falls onto the floor. It almost
Immediately
looks...
steps on it.
It's just the cat.
Like blood, like kind of comes like from between her fingers. What the fuck was that?
Well, you're no longer a mother.
Thanks
Probably
to the Raven
best time I
Queen.
could say that.
Thanks to the Raven Queen, you're going to be okay now. Well, from this. And I kind of stab it with a dagger and pick up this little worm thing and look at it.
It's a very squished up looking version of this in Quest Channel.
Wow. I saw that shit in the Matrix.
She curses in Barovian, in her Vistani accent. Boy, that was inside me?
Yeah. And lucky for you, you're probably the best case I've heard of getting out of something like that. So yay.
I'm like, I point at it on the tip of my dagger, and I'm going, is this one of, what is this thing? Do you know?
I've never seen such a thing. No, I have no idea. I'm assuming, by the way, you guys are still kind of like hunched around the table, like not making a
Still
show,
like one table. It's cool.
Occasionally, like, when you guys like make a noise like the stomp or stuff, like, or when she curses out, people kind of look over, but you guys aren't like being very alarming, so the people return to their business. It looks like a butt fly.
I grab the worm and walk around the tavern. Look at this.
Like you hanging from like someone.
What people are eating.
You guys see like the worms on the kind of like trying to see like he lifts his eye patch and switches it to the other eye, so you can get a better look.
I'll pay you 50 cents if you put this in your milk and drink it.
I literally just kind of hold it out towards him. I go, does this look like what you saw? And I just smile at him.
Yeah, except it wasn't that squished. But I guess, yeah, like the little wriggly things. Oh, God.
So you've seen these out there in Barovia?
No. This is the first time I'm seeing something like this.
We might see more soon.
Was it put inside me by that?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing is, mind flayers, they feed on minds. He wasn't trying to feed. He was trying to recruit.
She shudders.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let that sink in with you. And meanwhile, I just get up and I walk over and I plop my ass down in the seat where this guy is. Yeah. I look at him. I go, "Yeah, you had an interest in some of the things we were saying. Does this look like anything you're interested in?"
Forms. You said you were dealing with forms.
Well, a couple of kinds apparently. This is one. Does this look like what you saw?
No. Feuermann. Makes the symbol of the sun. Oh.
Then you saw the kind with all the legs.
Yeah.
Screams really loud.
I was... Lowered his voice. I was out in the woods, in the forest, on the hunter's lodge mission. A small... we were hired to hunt a specific werewolf, a female one that has stolen a young man from one of the son of one of the caravan merchants. We were tracking her down. Me, Laufey, and Bjorn. We were ambushed. And Laufey and Bjorn, they got caught. Immediately. They were walking ahead. But I managed to hide. The werewolves thought it was just the two of them. Or something. And then... this huge vice. It looked like its arms were twice as long as its body. And it opened their mouths and vomited onto them these worms, these things, and forced it into their mouths. I ran back. I told the lodge what I saw. I reported it back, but I said that they died, but you know, we put their names on the wall of hunters, but a day later they came back.
They weren't quite right, were they?
They were quiet, but and wouldn't talk much about what happened to them, but no one believes me anymore. Everyone calls me a coward. I was kicked out of the lodge for abandoning them.
I can't
But I
help
know
you with
what I
any of
saw.
that. Shh. I know. I've seen them too. You're not crazy.
And you're not crazy. No, I'm not crazy. What are these things?
I'm going to find out.
I tried to go back to the lodge and warn them, but they wouldn't let me in.
Yeah.
I'm disgraced.
Well, I guess we know someplace we have to go.
Well, the great company. My name is Kasparov. If you can get to the bottom of this, just, I don't know. Maybe cut open their stomachs. Yeah. I thought it was a nightmare, but I was awake.
I got one more question for you.
What?
What color was that werewolf?
Vice. Vice is the driven snow.
The scowl starts forming under her hood.
His fingers so long. His arms. He looked like he was made of trees or twigs. So long and thin, but he lifted the two men like they were toys. I hate this place.
Can't argue with that. I go back to my seat.
You see her linger for a little longer in thought, then finally silently makes her way over.
You can see the dried vomit on his cloak, on the stink of sweat and booze. He's definitely been in his cups.
I find a raggedy napkin and I kind of wrap that thing on my dagger up into a little bundle so it's not like visible. Tuck it away.
Well, let me see. This has been, I think, the third worst day of my life. Yes. No. Third. Yes, third.
Second. No.
Well,
Third, actually.
Welcome to Valaki.
Right. Well. I have an old man to kick into shape.
Oh, by the way, about the old man, real quick.
Yeah?
I kind of tricked the fairy dragon into babysitting him. So he's going to be having fun with that.
It's annoying, but she's not really harmful.
Might be useful.
You have a
Maybe.
dragon?
Yeah. It was kind of fucking with us on the way back.
So I tricked
Like
it
the
into
thing
agreeing
in
to
this-
watch him. Yeah.
Like the huge thing in the skies.
Well, no. Little
They're small things. They're
thing.
They're more fae than dragons, really. They just
He didn't who he be let fey.
harmless fae.
What did he do to you? That you would put him in touch with the fae?
Well, I think it'll be good for him. This particular one.
Yeah.
Wait. Alright. I'll go see him at the church.
Yeah.
If I remember anything else, I'll try to let you know.
Do watch your back, or at least the back of your head.
You too. Keep your weapons sharp. And your eyes sharper. See you around, Grey Company. And thanks for the save.
See you around.
She'll put a small pouch of coin on the table for Danica. And swishes out.
Yeah.
After a moment, you guys hear, "Does anybody want a horse?"
You know, I'd rather go through the Mind Flayer shit than get resized again. Because at least I know how to handle the Mind Flayer shit. Is that me or... Okay. You see her quickly put like a drink to her mouth.
Guys hear kids cheering as they clamber onto the free horse. as Esmeralda. And people kind of like yelling in the street as in shock and surprise as she summons her the spectral steed and rides off.
I wait until the next time Danica comes over, and I'm like, "Hey, sometime we need to talk business in private."
Yeah, I understand.
When it's convenient.
Danica just kind of takes like a deep breath the kind of parents make that I'm pretty sure Adam is more than familiar with.
perfectly aware.
Exactly the one.
And yeah, well, if you need me to look into anything, I'll let the network know.
Yeah, I kind of give her a cursory overview of what's happening. And I'm like, see if they see where these undead hordes are. And I explain what the father's been doing that we know of and how he's taking and shooing these people away, and presumably they become the horde. I say, find where they're going. Just find out where they go and how they get there. We'll do the rest.
You got it. She says seriously.
We have some other business to do, and then we'll dive back on that once you get a chance to find out what you can.
Right. As the party finishes the early brunch, having helped an ally regain her mind, and potentially gain another one, Kasparov kind of looks around and gets up from his table and takes up the seat that she left behind. Look, I know you said you'd help, but the lodge, they're suspicious of outsiders. I'll admit, even after your help with the festival and that, we still look down on you. Not Barovians. You know how it is. But now that I am an outsider too, that I've been kicked out, I understand does not feel good. I want to help. Let me help you. Let me save my friends. Save them at the lodge.
We'll look at everybody. I don't mind.
You, the nun, you gotta help us. You're part of us after all. Looks at Varys.
Sorry, guys. I'm dealing with my dog for the past 10 minutes right here. So I'm a little lost.
The real world wolf.
No worries. Basically, the hunter Kasparov was saying how he's been kicked out of the lodge, but he wants to help the party. He doesn't want to just like stay aside, but he addresses you partially, Varys. He says, "The nun. You gotta understand how I feel. You were part of us before. You were exiled too, after all."
He says, I was a part of you. I was a part of your group?
Of the Hunter's Lodge, yeah.
He thinks you're
None.
copycat.
How does everybody think that I'm this Danan guy?
Well, there's somebody running around with your face, man. I keep telling you.
Angels are a bitch to deal with.
So wait, hold on a second. You just called me Danan?
Yeah. That's your name.
So you think I'm Danan?
Yeah. That's you.
When was the last time we saw each other?
Maybe a month or so, maybe less.
At the lodge?
Yeah. It was on the day of your hearing when you got that when you got the daughter of the vice captain pregnant, and got found out. You don't remember?
I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, I'm actually a member of 2 lodges in Vallaki. Which lodge was that we were at?
There's only one hunter's lodge in Vallaki.
Oh, it's the next. It's just outside of town.
He is immensely confused as you're like, yeah, that's outside of town. Where like there's just like forests and fuck all else, like except for monsters and shit like that.
It's with that gypsy, that band of gypsies. They travel.
You were the fucking Vistani?
Kind of.
Fuck it, I'm desperate. Listen, I don't care where you get your outsider kicks, right? I always thought she was a slut anyways. I don't care about that. Honestly, if you weren't an outsider, he would have probably just forced you to marry her instead.
What's that mean?
Means that they don't like outsiders to be in the bloodline. He'll go like this with the ears and indicating at Varys. Her father forced her to drink essence of blue petal. So, don't worry, you're not a daddy anymore. But, that was pretty cold of you.
Yeah.
When he says not a daddy, you see Tarmagen visibly kind of spit in his drink a little bit. Puts it down.
Okay. All right. Here's the deal, Kasparov. I'm not Dinan. All right. So there's somebody
You look
around
like
here.
him, you sound like him.
Yeah.
Your bow is smaller, but
Let's make sure, shall we? Hang tight there, Varys. I hit him with a level 5 to dispel magic.
Kasparov kind of like leans back, and Varys, your whatchamacallit, your braces kind of like vibrate and then kind of fall off your hands.
No way.
All right. I look at Honor and like, and I say, "What the fuck did you just do, man?"
That absolutely should not have happened.
Wait, I'm lost.
It was just for
Anyway.
like, Honor him. You would know that it doesn't sound like they're broken or anything. They just like the spell magic just momentarily kind of turned them off. They'll be fine once he reattunes to them. So I realizing it came off as if you broke his magic item. Don't worry.
Okay.
Dude, the fuck?
And then I'll turn back to Kasparov and say, "Look, dude, I don't know who you are. You sure as fuck don't know who I am, and you don't know where I'm from. The only thing you and I have in common is we're both hunters, and we both are a member of a lodge, except that my lodge isn't anywhere freaking close to this place. It's not even in the same world.
If this is a way to
So I
get
got a
out of the
doppelganger
20
running
gold you
around.
owe me, this is pretty low.
You see, like, Vasil kind of, like, start, like, have a mind freak out, like, a eureka moment. Oh, Darm. Different material plane.
Kind of go, yeah, you're probably right. Or just an asshole.
Probably. What?
I mean, yeah. If this is what you do to get out of owing me 20 gold, jeez.
I'm gonna pull out 20 gold. I'm gonna put it up to his face. I'm gonna say, just because I'm a nice guy, take the gold, and don't call me Dinan ever again. And if you see him, and then we see each other, I want to know where you saw him.
You got it.
And then also, and also, don't tell him that you saw me.
Sure. What should I call you instead then? Friend? Text
I go,
Call me Varys.
this is Varys.
Varys. Sure. Nice to meet you, Varys.
Nice to meet you too.
Can see he doesn't 100% buy it, but You see him you see him close his eye that's not under the eye patch, then curses, lifts the eye patch, winks, puts the eye patch back down. When he says Ferris.
Maybe we'll run into each other again.
I'll be around here drinking my brains away. But I should still be a pretty good shot. When you're of mind to go to the lodge, grab me.
Where is the lodge?
So it's way out past the church, some tip of the city.
Aye.
We were there.
Where you got an arrow pointed at your face.
Yeah.
Oh, that lodge.
That lodge.
I wasn't wondering why you had no point at your face. You went back there.
We didn't hang around for very long. We didn't hang around.
Aye, well, you watch yourselves. They're not pushovers. None of us are. Gotta be. Serious, man. Really. Go out there and hunt those fucking mangy. Okay. The drink gets the better of him. And as that happens, where would the party like to go next? The moment it's now about noon.
I think we gotta do a quote unquote biopsy on
Irina.
Yeah,
we're going to the mansion.
Yeah.
I think everybody will agree on that.
Yeah, you got another dispel magic in you?
Of course.
Yeah. Honestly, we might not even need any new spells at this point. Just keep that pocketed. Where's the ring of dispel magic? Give it a free use of that shit.
Well, I can also, let me try just what I can do with my hands. I can do it one more time today. I want to try that first. Might be able to save the spell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your magic hands.
Think of it as a gift from the Raven Queen. Let's give her credit where credit is due.
Yeah, that. My thanks. Hey, it's really helpful. Jeez.
She's been a big help. So yeah, I think I look at Fisk and I go, oh wait, no, Fisk isn't here, and Honorum isn't here. So yeah, I think we're going to just go to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right. With that, you guys leave towards the Burgomaster's mansion.
I hollered to Parvis and I kind of have him fly around, just kind of looking at everybody on the way.
Outside, you can see Isaac face to face, practically nose to nose, screaming loudly at Bassoon Thunderheart, who is screaming just as loudly. They're just in each other's faces incoherently. Both of them with weapons drawn. Isaac with fire in his hand and with a black fire, and Bassoon with fire all over him. And as you approach, the axes get raised. And with that, we will end tonight's session of the Curse of Strahd.